Stay tuned and let's take a look at this brand new exclusive Marvel Legends Eternals Ajak. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we are taking a look at this brand new exclusive Marvel Legends Eternals Ajak. Now, in the US, I believe this is going to be a Walmart exclusive. However, in the UK, there are no Walmarts, so it's a little bit more available. I got mine, special thanks to INDEMAND Toys. I will put the link in the description so you can go and buy yours right now. The embargo has officially lifted. These are readily available as long with the whole Eternals wave. I also have got Fina as well, but I'll do a separate review for her, but both of these are looking great. These two are not included in the Build-A-Figure wave, of course. These are the two exclusives. Today, I'm going to take a look at Ajak, and she comes with 2 interchangeable heads and a set of hands as well. But as I mentioned, no Build-A-Figure piece. And we're also seeing the Eternals figures for the first time with this nice sort of orangey gold sort of packaging. We've got the picture on the side of the box, that same image on the back. We get a little write-up, but as I said, no wave association. But the bio reads: the spiritual leader of the Eternals, Ajak, heals others and is able to communicate with the Celestials. Again, no wave association. She doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. She's an exclusive. Walmart if you're in the US. If you're in the UK, then she's available, people. Go and get her. But yeah, let's get her open. So here we have Ajak out of the packaging with all of her accessories, which include an interchangeable set of hands and then alternative head. And this time it doesn't have the helmet or the crown on. And does it look like the actress Salma Hayek? We shall see. I will zoom in and do a side by side. But just first impressions of the figure, she looks very nice, very regal, a lot more metallic than I first thought as well. Now I've got this in hand. Now we have only seen the trailer, so I can only base it on what I've seen. And it looks pretty good, to be fair. Like, we've seen the Eternals in the concept art and a few promo images, and this looks very nice. They've got these sort of celestial patterns sort of sculpted onto their uniforms, and this looks very nice. Now, she has got like a soft skirt sort of piece, which I'm sure will hinder the articulation a little bit, but this type of character, I'm not too sure what she does yet. Maybe she just stands around, and if that's the case, I'm not going to be complaining at all. In regards to how she scales with some other female Marvel Legends, she is about standard size, about 6 and a little bit inches, and the crown obviously makes her a little bit taller, maybe to 6.5, but about standard female Marvel Legend size. So very curious to take a closer look at this one. So let's do it. Starting off with the head sculpt as always. I do actually quite like this headdress, this helmet, this crown. Not too sure what to refer it to, but it's very nice and it's very unique. Now, in regards to the likeness of the actress, I do think this particular face sculpt is quite emotionless, but it is nicely snug within the helmet. Now, I do have a screen grab from the trailer, so you tell me, do you think that likeness is pretty good? I don't think it's too bad at all. And I like how instead of a removable helmet, they've actually gave us an alternative head, which makes a lot of sense because this crown is quite a unique design. You can see the top bit is hollow there, so you can see her hair. And then also on the side, you can see the hair is actually in 2 layers, and you can see a bit of a strap for the headrest underneath there. So that sort of lies over the back, and you can see her other hair pieces down to her lower back. So yeah, layered up hair, but it looks nice, nicely sculpted, and yeah, quite a unique headdress. But I like how the colours are spot on with the actual uniform, and there are some sculpted lines and details in there as well. As I said, this is very metallic, and it's definitely going to catch your eye on the shelf. Here we have those celestial sort of inspired designs with the rings and the circles, and these are sculpted into the figure and painted gold, so the lines are very crisp and clean. No complaints there. Even here on the shoulder pad, you can see the sort of gold lines that are very clean. Even the gold arms with a bit of blue here have sculpted details sort of carved into them a little bit. Same continues on the waist here, where you can see all these sculpted lines, but the actual paint of the blue and the gold is very clean and crisp around there on the side. Again, it all lines up very nice. So we have no waist cut or anything like that. It's all up at the diaphragm, but it is very easy to sort of get lined up and look like it's in place. So that's all good. Let me just zoom out a tiny bit and sort of investigate the rest of this. So the back piece, let me just move her head to the side, you can see just like the hair is in two sections. So you've got this cape sort of piece which is attached to the top of the diaphragm, and then the bottom bit is attached to the lower sort of waist bit. So it's sort of a bit of a symmetry from the hair, where the hair is in two layers, so is the actual dress piece. And it's all the same colour, the same metallic, depending on how the light hits it, makes it look like a different shade, but it is painted the same way, and that's nice. Spin it around to the front, you can see, obviously, it's not attached all the way. There are gaps for her legs to come out. And look at these pinless, double jointed legs. Very, very nice. And the same on the legs, where it's all one colour, but there is some sculpted detail sort of carved in here just to give it a little bit of difference. And there are some nice lines in there. But will this sort of dress piece hinder the articulation? Of course it will, going backwards, but out to the front, she has those side bits, so her legs can still go out front, no problem at all, and you'll be able to get her posed up if you want. She stood up pretty good, to be fair. She has got sort of wedges on, if you will, but there is a nice bit of ankle pivot and range in the feet, so you can get her to stand. So you can't really use her dress as a cone to sort of sit it down, because it does sit above the ankle, but she will stand up. It's not too heavy. All of this is made of like a soft plastic, so you can sort of get it into place. But overall, just aesthetically, I do very much like the figure. A lot more shiny and metallic in person than I expected, but as long as it fits in with the rest of the Eternals, I think they're going to be very eye-catching once you get all of these posed up on the shelf. But yeah, first impressions of this in hand, I'm very impressed. But let's check out that alternative head sculpt. So this second head sculpt, she's definitely got a little bit more emotion on her face. As you can see, this sort of little cheeky grin. Now, I will throw up a side-by-side with the actress Salma Hayek, and I think it's pretty good. Now, her face is a little bit shiny under my lights, but I do think the likeness is there. The skin tone seems to be a little bit different on the neck to the face, but again, that could just be the glossiness of the face. But you can still get it to work, obviously. So obviously, without the headdress, she's still got the very long hair, but this time, instead of two layers, it's just that one solid piece, but it still goes down to the lower back area, and you can see it sort of sways down, and that looks very nice. There seems to be a little bit of detail in there, like a lighter shade of brown in with the darkness, just catching the light in areas. Maybe I'm just going insane, but still, I do think this head sculpt is very nice, and I do prefer having that alternative than like a sloppy helmet that always fell off. So I like how we've got the unhelmeted head with a little bit of motion, and then the sort of more stern, serious head sculpt with the crown. So yeah, we have our options, which are always good. So the only other accessories are the interchangeable hands. So in the box, she comes with a set of fisted hands, and she also has a set of sort of open palm hands, a little bit more expressive for the character, and I always appreciate options. So there you go. Since this is a new figure, let's briefly go over the articulation. So the shoulders will go up to 90, and then she has a single joint on the elbow, as you would expect for female Marvel Legends, but it is all pinless, so I don't mind that at all. So you will get a swivel at the elbow, and of course on the shoulder as well. There is also a hinge in the wrist up and down. Head articulation is what you would expect. Down, pretty good going down, but then you've got the hair, and then not so much going up because the hair hits the back. No waist cut, it's all at the upper diaphragm, so the swivel is up there. She does have a bit of a crunch forward, more of a crunch back, but then you get the gaps on the front. So that's all good, as you would expect, to be fair, for a Marvel Legend. Now, the legs will come out of these gaps. There are double jointed knees, which are pretty good. Like, you can't deny that. Nice ankle pivot and rocker, of course. There is a swivel up there at the top of the thigh as well. And as I said, she will stand up on her own pretty good, to be fair, compared to some of her female Marvel Legends. The skirt piece, obviously, is going to hinder her legs going backwards. Doesn't mean they can't. It's just the character design, unfortunately, limits that. Jumping into some comparisons, I've already said I don't have the actual Eternals wave yet, but I do have the other exclusive, which is of course Thena, played by Angelina Jolie. So these two look very nice together, and hopefully, if I'm on top of things, I've already got a review of Thena on the channel right now as well, so go and check out that videos tab if you want to see more of her and all of her weapons and whatnot she comes with. But these two together look very nice. Both of them have that sort of metallic flair to their uniform, but obviously different colours, so they stand out as well. And once you pair these with the actual Build-A-Figure wave, that's going to be 10 brand new characters to add to our MCU shelves, which are definitely going to be an eye-catching section of our displays. So I just hope the movie lives up to the sort of unknown expectations, if you will. I just know that having the action figures makes me a little bit more excited, and I think these two look great together Now, I said I didn't have the wave, but I never said I didn't have the protagonist, the villain, or at least one of the villains of the Eternals movie. It is, of course, the deviant Crow, who is a deluxe Marvel legend to accompany these Eternal figures. And it's always nice to get a villain for the shelf as well. And I think he scales very nicely here with Ajak and Fina, because we have seen him in the trailer with Fina. So we sort of know where the scale sits, and he is a couple of inches taller than these figures here. So I think it makes sense. But he is a shapeshifter, so I'm sure in the movie he's going to be all over the place. And in the comics, I swear Fina had an affair with Crow, because he's a very unique deviant. But we shall find out more when we see the movie. The MCU like to switch it up. But yeah, Angelina is taller than Salma. Of course, it's just the crown makes her a little bit taller. But yeah, these three figures look nice together. I genuinely can't wait to get the rest of the wave. It's going to look for a very nice display. Here we have Ajak compared to some other female Marvel legends from the MCU. So we have Black Widow and Captain Marvel. Here we have her compared to some of the males, her Phase 4 counterpart with Shang-Chi, and then we have Iron Man the Mark 85. And because I'm still on a Sentinel high, here we have Ajak compared to Bastion and the female Prime Sentinel from the Marvel Legends HasLab Sentinel. Go and check out my review and unboxing. And last, but by no means least, here we have the Eternal Ajak compared to Worthy Hellfire Hank. So, final thoughts, I think this is a very nice figure. A great representation from the little that we have seen from the trailer. Hasbro did say that due to the delay of the Eternals, they were able to go back and make the figures a little bit more accurate to what we will see on screen rather than concept art, which I am very happy with. And so far, it looks like they have, because this definitely looks like what we're seeing in the trailer, and I can't wait to get the rest of the figures all lined up with her as well. I love options as well, as there's no Build-A-Figure piece, we have those alternative heads, and I do think the likeness to the actress Salma Hayek is there in both faces. You might have to squint your eyes just a little bit, but it's definitely there. Great to see her in the MCU, and I like her metallic sort of uniform. Looks very, very nice. And again, I don't even know if she can fly within the film, but I've got her posed up like this, so we shall see. I definitely am looking forward to the movie. The trailers didn't add to that excitement, but I have faith in our Lord and Saviour Kevin Feige that it's going to be great. The MCU is going to get mad now with Phase 4, and Internals is just going to be a little part of that. I do think people are going to get a little bit more hyped for these figures if they like the movie. But I'm on board from the get-go, and it's nice to get my hands on these exclusives real quick. Now I just need to get the rest of the wave. But you let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you going to be buying these MCU Marvel Legend Eternals figures, or are you going to wait until the movie and see what you think? Let me know in the comments. What are your sort of hopes for the movie? What are your anticipation levels currently? Are you excited, or you've not really got much hope? We shall see. Let me know in the comments below. But as always, if you like Marvel Legends, you like reviews, and you want to see more, then go and check out the videos tabs. There's literally hundreds, but there's going to be even more as we roll into next year, because they're not slowing down. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. You can also hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. And until then, people, my name is Dan W, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.